Um, maybe some background. My background, I need to say that I'm in European project practically half of my years. No, okay, I'm now 55, but okay. At least half of my professional life, I need to say. What I want to share today with you is nothing technical, where you will want to apply, what forms do we have, what the European Union wants from us. I would love to go straight to the topic of the preparation of the projects. So whatever you will find today, you can apply in every project writing. So that is not just about Erasmus Plus, it's about how to prepare your idea, how to start with it, and then try to find the best possible way to be funded. So what I want to share today is not just from last year. I need to say that I work practically 20 years without really thinking, or at least 15, without really thinking what is the project or what I should do it. So my first project was in 1997. That time I was just part of the team who applied. But then 5 years later, I got first my application, and then was in the Leonardo da Vinci, and then was Framework 6 and 7. This is now Horizon 2020 in social funds, and I lead probably the biggest educational projects in Slovenia, in Balkan, Bosnia, Montenegro. I even have a startup in United States in America. So I really travel all this path from being just one to have a company with probably more than 20, 20 something employed. But I run the project with the people more than 1,000. So how I can do it? I need to say that I have really different mind, very strategic mind. So I really want to, use one technique and apply it many times. So that from 2015, I started to do analysis, what is really working and what is the project preparation, what is going on with the project preparation, what is working, what is not. And today will be one of the invitation for you to start to learn with me. If you find this initial conversation with you useful, and just because of that, I will today share already one of the tool you can use useful for whatever you will do in the future. So my question was always, if I have a project, let's say that Erasmus project is about 100 pages long, is that right way to just open the application, the start to write text? Because I see that approach really a lot. And then even posting on the Facebook, people is at the beginning of the preparation, there is an e-form opened and there is introductory text in it. Is that really the best way, or is there another strategy? So, so from that quest, I started to develop different things, this different forms, different introduction into the projects. And in the 5 years started a Lean EU, I just name it that way, project development framework. And you will, in that 10 weeks, if you want to participate with me, you can really find it, all the steps. Idea is very simple. How to simplify the project development from the beginning to end. What is important? Do you really need the idea development framework? Do we need to do something at the beginning, or we just can write? So what is then later experience with my idea development framework? not just me, but if you go to my website or my Facebook, you will see that people who use it have really good feedback on it. So much shorter development time, deeper insight into the project's problem and solution. What is really around the projects? How to find innovative solution for the problem, or how to start writing in the best and shortest time possible. So what really I did to understand the project and how to understand the structure was that way. Can you please turn off the... Someone have their microphone on? Okay, super. So I can proceed. What I did is actually very simple. I opened the application form and first put this application form at the beginning was PDF, which you need to work on it. I put it in the online document. This online document could be, whatever document online it is Google Docs, or it is Microsoft, or it is Zoho, whatever. So idea behind is that really do the situation about the writing the project easier for everyone. Not just one to write the project, but everyone can participate in writing the project. So the first step I did is to multiply me in a way that everybody can start to work. Then I try to figure it out, what are the important parts of the application for, and then just suddenly start, this big cloud. What is the problem, consequences, analysis, target groups, skills, innovation? There was a lot of things which was not understood, and then I try to connect all of them, and from that started this really good understanding what is the project. So I put this into the structure, and if you follow the structure from the beginning to end, it's much easier to understand what you're doing and how you will proceed with the project. So idea behind this framework is in understanding the project, how you start, what is important and what is not important. So this was also the situation that we are going from current situation to the improved situation. So at the beginning, we need to talk about why, who is affected, how we will solve that, and what will be changed after we apply that. This is the important stuff we are doing here. So this is the important that that we are going with our project for the current situation where there some kind of problem is into improved situation. So project is not about applying, project is about to change the current situation. And this is very important because people normally using this project because we have, we want to cooperate in international projects, and this is the form we need to fill. This is wrong approach. So that's why I said you need to understand what they're doing. So at the beginning, the problem. Why we are doing this? Who is affected? And then you say, I know the problem. And then then you tell the evaluator how we will solve it and what will be changed. Do you know my favorite question, even famous? Who is the buyer of our application? Who? European Union? No. Buyer of your application is evaluator. You're not talking to the European Union. You're not talking to somebody else. You're talking to the person who is evaluating your project. So you need to present the project the way that that evaluator will understand, not anybody else. You presenting your project to the evaluator. You're talking with your project to the evaluator. When you understand this, it's totally different how you will create your project. So based on that, later I create a bunch of different tools. You know, when you need to describe why I have the complete system for how to definition the problem, how to define the target groups and their needs, how to create innovative concept and approach, and then the tool how to gather skills and good knowledge to create very good impact. So we will use in our 10 weeks education special tools to develop essential parts of the application, and you will have definitely the best application ever. Maybe there's a lot of people is here who know better than me some parts. I definitely say, but there is no other known, at least not for me, framework which will guide you from the beginning to end. So I'm not saying that my system is best. I'm just saying that I'm offering what I know, and from that knowledge, a lot of people really gain the system who can be applied and who and this system really yields the results. So how our training will look like. So as we said at the beginning, we have different tools, but just a second to move this. I never find the right place to move this this screen. So we will have 10 weeks of coaching, and every week will be like this: 1 hour online guidance and lecture about one specific topic, and then you will have, you know, some kind of homework. And this homework can be done in 2 to 4 hours based on the experience and from the previous year until the next meeting. And at the beginning of the next meeting, we will start with the question and answers. So I will, you know, answer some questions, some examples, bad and good. And all of this is idea behind this, that we will have really knowing what is working and what is not working. So how we will create this. And then I will continue with the next lecture. This 1 hour is, you know, framework, because a lot of people know that sometimes I'm not punctual in 1 hour because I have so many things to say. Yes, Diana is laughing. But this is in a good intention. So everybody can say, okay, I don't want to be here anymore. But let's say I have every week 1 hour of lecture, and then you will have about 2 to 4 hours of your work during the week. Up to you where and how until the next week. So what will be our different different topics? So from the week 1, we will start with the initial call, the project's idea evaluation. Even today, I will give you the tool how to evaluate your basic idea. Then we will start to how to define problem. What is the causes, the consequences, how to present those, what is the evidences, from where those evidences should be, what is the valid evidence, what is the needs of the target group. So this you will generally know what is this is for the second week. Then we will go to the innovation, how you will do it, what is the bridging, what is the project implementation, good practices. So this is the third, and the fourth we'll go to the detailed intellectual outputs and the pair diagram. Pair diagram became a really standard for my project because we figured out that if you don't have the pair diagram, you will need to have it at the beginning of the project when you start your project. So the best way is to develop it now, because it is really tremendous help you to develop the complete project. And then this is the general initial part. Then we will start with the application writing. This application writing is not just for you. So that part you will do just you or your team. I can say now, the best is that there is two people in every team to start to develop your project idea and then the complete. Why? Because you can talk to someone, because you can say, is this good or not? And this is your first feedback. This is your first evaluation. If there is a 3 people, there is sometimes already, problem, because, you need to more management of the time being together. If you're just alone, another problem. You cannot talk just with yourself. You need to talk with some special. Okay, this is one accountability group come into place. If you don't know what is it, I will explain you later or on the first part. And then when those 4 weeks is over and you have prepared your initial evaluation idea, then you start with the application writing. Application writing will not be just with you. That means in that part, before the week 5, we will try to already find the suitable partners for your project. This means that you will be the leader of the application writing, but also all your partners will do part of the job. What does that mean? So that not just you will write the text, but somebody else will help you to write the text, especially in that part where they are responsible for that. For example, let's say we will have some kind of e-learning, and there will be a partner specialized in e-learning, and this is the best way that we will use their knowledge or his knowledge to write that part. Why not? So one project partner will write about the application, another will write for the some other part, and you will be again already starting to have guidance to all of them. Of course, under my supervision, with my help of me and my 15 project teams. Some of them you already see it today here. So in the week 5, we will start the application writing. This application writing generally be in 4 weeks. In every week, I'll try to give the feedback, see what is really working, what is not, and give feedback so we can improve, again in 2 to 4 weeks to start this. Generally, in 9 months week, we start the finance development. We will see this year if we can do it already now, because the new program is going on and the finances will be different. But let's say in the end of those 8 weeks, we will start with the finances and expert evaluation. Expert evaluation will be somebody who will go through your application, who never saw your application, and give you real quick feedback. This expert evaluation is not the same as you will have at the end of the project when you will submit the application, but in any case, you have the space for correct your application to see if something is wrong and correct it. My idea is that we have those projects done at least 1 month before the deadline, because when project application sits a little and then you will try to see it again, you will figure it out that you need to change something, and this is the best way to do that. So you will have then time to correct the application. So, but there is a lot more than just writing the application. The complete development strategy I present is totally different. I know anybody else in that field. So why that I'm giving to you, just because is tremendous empowering for me as well, because I get the feedback, because I'm learning as well, and this is also very important for me. So that strategy, when I know what is the vision of the project, when I start from the vision, when I knew who is the real buyer, I already explained it before. When I understood how the evaluation process is really going on, I mean, evaluation in the way that what evaluators look first, what is the, first and second step, what is the consequences of the evaluation process, what evaluator is looking forward. And when I started to sell that idea that I will change the world and I change the idea, instead of persuading that I need the money for the project, I really went from 30% of the approval rate to the 80% approval rate. I also applied real world marketing techniques. So from the name of the project until the, you know, vision and summary, how to present it in a way that people really understand it. How, why not to help, you know, people there. So this is the easiest way. So more strategies is also how to measure readability of the text. You need to write the text which is easy to understand, you know. So how to measure this readability, how to structure this text, who can participate in writing. And idea behind us that I treat this my idea as a new business idea, because you really need to know if you will apply that and get a project, you will get 200,000 euros. This is a startup business. This is a money. You know, a lot of people is working years and years to get these finances. So that's why I'm saying this is your business idea. You need to treat it as a business idea and respect it. So what will be benefits of participation in the education? Generally like this. You will get all necessary knowledge and skills to prepare your first Erasmus Plus project. You will get all project writing strategies inside my framework. You will meet new partners and projects, not just for the future work or learning. Probably you can now in those 10 weeks also participate in another project. Why? You know, after 4 weeks, we will start to look for the partners. And if you will say, okay, I'm expert in the, let's say, adult training. And if I will find another project where we need adult trainer, I will connect you. So maybe you, with these 10 weeks, you will do your project and also you can participate in another project. So this is not just one project, maybe 2, maybe 3, I don't know. But it's up to you how you present, how you're marketing your skills. You will definitely get the finished application one way or another. I will explain later how we'll do it. And if you will get it, this application, possibly it is that I will help you in leading application if this project will lead from that 10 weeks learning. So if you're afraid, if you will get the project and you don't know how to run it, you can always get back to me and we will talk how to really professionally lead your project. So what is also participative writing? This is something very new and people generally don't want it, but last year we did it that way and that is tremendous help. Let's say that team 1 have very similar idea to team 3, or team 1 need idea how to write the dissemination. I can ask team 3, do you want to allow team 1 to look into your application, and team 1 will also open your application so we see how you're doing. So if you're in the team 1, you will get whatever team 3 is working, so you can see how they are doing. You can maybe copy something, you can maybe doing some research based on that. But of course, team 3 will also have the access to this. What does that mean? That also when you'll get all those connections, you possibly have access to 5, 6, 7 different applications, and you can see how other people is doing. And this is tremendous help when you develop your parts. So you will have few steps more how to do it. And this is possible just because we have everything online. We will work in the Google documents, Google Docs, but this is very important that you will allow other people also to pick into your application, how you do it. So last year was at the beginning, oh, everybody will steal what I'm doing. Probably yes. But, you know, in any case, this is what everybody is doing. We are learning from that. You know, I opening my application so you can see what I'm doing. But if your project idea is not tuned into the text, you will steal. nothing good will go out of it. So I'm opening all my applications so you can do whatever you want. So really you need to be consistent, but you will learn. What is also very important, you have different roles in the complete project development time. At the beginning, and this will be practically 50% of time, you will do your part. You will develop your project idea, you will do this pre-analysis, you will develop your concept, you will do intellectual outputs, and this is just yours. And then you can try to evaluate if this is good or not. And when you will do this, then you will try to find the partners, and you with your partners will working on the main document. And when some of those documents will be done, you will then can go back to the calculation of the budget, to define indicators, to define the travels and multiplier events. And this is also again your part. So here you start with the idea, and then you will be overlooking with other partners what they are doing, and of course writing your application. At the end of the day, you will have the evaluators. We will have these evaluators will be from our team. This will not be long, evaluations, because we don't have time for that, but at least you will have some points, what is good and what is not, and then you can transfer that project into eForm, whatever eForm will be in that time. Again, when you have idea developed, then you will start with the project writing. So you will do part of the writing, but also partner 1 to 3 will do part of your application project writing. So this will really be group exercise. A lot of people are saying, no, this is not for me. I'm preparing the application, then just giving to everybody, and then they're just saying, sign it, which is tremendously wrong way to doing, even from the perspective of the Erasmus+, because everything what you do, you need to do in the group, and this is what we are doing here as well. So, but very important is also that when some kind of third-party project will looking for a similar partner, I will connect to you. So you will do your project, and as I said, you will also can participate in some kind of other project as well. So this is not just about learning how to prepare it, is also about to prepare your own application, and we together will find the partner, and you will be partner in some of those. So this is multiple level of the consequences of these 10 weeks learning. So what will be idea behind that? So all teams will do the project idea development. So 4 to 5 weeks, everybody will start with this project development. In those 5 weeks, you will get the feedback. Is this good or not? Is this achievable or not? Or is this idea difficult to attain? Or this is tremendously difficult project? So you will have all the information in the way that you will be told how to do it, and then you will get the feedback. So this will be a really learning process. At the end of the 4 to 5 weeks, we will select best project. We will select 10 best teams, and they will develop the final application next 6 weeks under my guidance. I cannot guide 30, 50, or 70 teams because the quality of them will not be good. So we will select the project, 10 best projects, and I will guide those 10 teams. But as I promised, everybody who will participate then, my project managers under my supervision, of course, will also guide you, everybody else here. So 10 teams will be my responsibility, and everybody else will be responsible for my complete team. So difference is just that I'm not in those other teams every time with you. So here I'm looking at every detail, every step. Here 15 other people will help you to develop this project. So is that bad? I need to say no, because all those people who is already here who is already in my project management team is long years in project management and development of the tool. So they will definitely do the same, and this will be under my supervision as well. So idea is that whoever will start here will manage to have their project submitted. So everybody who will start will have project done. Is just different path. This is just because we need to have some kind of different approach. A lot of people ask me, should we wait for the new forms to be published? A lot of people is like these bears, is on the trees and looking when the food will come, this e-program. I think this is the stupid approach. I think we need to go now and start to do our project, and when the e-forms will be done, definitely we will be ready. We will just transform whatever we already have into those e-form. Will be maybe differently evolved and described, but yes, of course, I will do it in different way. And because I already told you, nevertheless, if you will decide to join those 10 weeks or not, I will give today already one tool I've been using probably 3 or 4 years. And this gave me tremendous insight into what will be the final evaluation of my projects. So sometimes is really spooky how exact is that tool to tell me what will happen. So that's why I didn't want to publish it, because I really didn't know what to do. So as you already know, that Erasmus Plus project means that 20% of the whole project is just your idea. So you need to really carefully select what is your idea. This 80% is our 10 weeks exercise. So we will try to figure it out how to write this, but at the beginning you need to define what is your project idea. And if you don't know what is your project idea, you will lose that 20%. So it is very important that to start this already at the beginning. So past experience show that your project really starts with the selection of the project idea. And we have generally 4 different questions. What will be let's say consequences of your project. So number of projects already developed in this team, in this field. So if there already a lot of projects about this, you will probably have a problem. Do your idea have a potential for the impact? If there is no possible impact, you will have a problem. It is innovative or not. If this is not innovation involved, you have a problem again. And is it easy to describe or develop? I will explain later what does that mean. So let's go step by step. This is examples of approved projects idea from last year. And our, let's say, 3 best are overparenting. Projects was how to allow kids to make mistakes. Overparenting is a generally disease in modern parenting, when you want to protect your child from everything. No, don't go here because you will fall. Don't go. You will be dirty. Everything. This is overparenting. So we teach parents how to really treat your kids. Very good project approved in Portugal. Humor in the classroom, how to motivate your students. You know, if your students are not motivated, you know how difficult it is. Even today, if you will not motivate it to prepare your project, I cannot do anything else. So how to motivate your students? This is Humor in the Classroom, is one very good project which is totally different than before, and we have applied and we approve it in Bulgaria. Another, mind setting, preventing cyberbullying with the positive psychology. You know, cyberbullying you can do, you know, is not just technical thing, but is starting with the bullying, let's say, different mind. So if we will change the different mind with the positive psychology, with the mind setting, we will have very good approach. And we got this project approved in Netherlands. Or overcoming fear of failure. A lot of people don't want to start anything because they are they have a fear of failure. What if I will not have next project, Erasmus Plus, a project approved? I will lose 4 months. No, you will not, because you can apply it next year. You can improve it. So there's a lot of different things. So overcoming fear of failure is another project which was approved in Belgium. So let's say the first very important thing about what is your important factor when you develop your project idea is how many project is already developed in your field. So let's say you already have the best tool ever. You just need to go to the Erasmus Results platform and check how many project is done in that field. You know, just go to advanced search here and select Erasmus and the key action 2, because normally, okay, if you go to the key action 1 or 3 is different, but in any case, try to find in your specific niche. And then you put here what is your target project. So let's say I wrote here overparenting. Look how many projects is. 1, and this is now our projects now. Overparenting. Just 1 project like this. We go to the humor in the classroom. Just 1 project like this. So never before. Again, approved in Bulgaria. Again, mindset and cyberbullying is this in 2020. Just 3 projects. So very small number. So what have this in common? So first, number of the project is very important when you try to define your idea. If you will have, let's say, 1,000 projects already done in this part, you need to know that you will probably have a problem. So you need to be very innovative if you want to develop this kind of project. So start with the number of the projects. Okay, so the second one is impact you'll be doing with your project. So how this project can possibly change your world of your target group. You know, if you will not start with the vision that you will change the world, is your task is in vain, because you need to have really high standards if you want to change this. Because nobody will give you 200,000 euros if your idea is not really prosperous. So impact of the project needs to show how many lives will be changed. So Erasmus Plus is all about changing lives of the participating people. So you need to provide value to someone who needs it. So your project needs to provide kind of value to someone who needs it. And on how many is mistake here, or how many people you will have the impact. This is sometimes very difficult to say. If this is impact, if you will sometimes, you know, let's say drop out from the school, and if you will change just 1 person's life, it's worth it. You know, it's not just about the number of people, you know, because sometimes impact can be impact for a whole world, but sometimes can be impact just, you know, next time I can easily do my work in a school. You know, different type of impact. So you need to just try to figure out what kind of impact and how big this impact will be for your project. And what will be different after your project? Will be different world or not? So yeah, you need to try to figure it out. What is that? So this is complete science behind impact of your project. So if you don't know, try to find theory of change. This is a very good book, or this is the science field, and is talking about what is the root cause and what is the problem, you know, and you will see that you can do this with your project. So what change will be if I will do this or not do it now? So theory of change, TOC, is a big field. Try to find it. So impact of the projects, again, how is impact reflected in your application? So what you will do about the project? Definitely at the beginning is declaration of your vision in the application. So you will see there is nowhere a field in an application to say what is the vision of the application. But this is not means that you cannot do it, because if you will start with the vision, first you will have, you know, the guidelines where to want to go. But also when evaluator will start to read your evaluation, and evaluator always start with a summary of your project, they will say, vision of my project is to give bring awareness to blah blah blah, or at least 10% of people who will be taught in our workshop will have better comprehension of the psychology of students. This is your vision. Or you can say, you know, after our projects, all the participants will read 3 times faster than before. This is your vision. So your project needs to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you don't have good impact. And when evaluators start to read this, you will know, oh, this they are doing about improving on the reading. Perfect. I know where to put them. So this is beginning. And of course, this is also definition of indicators. You know, indicators mean your contractual obligation to national agency. If you will say that you will, with your indicators, that you will teach 100 people or whatever, 500 people, that means this is your contract. And if you say in your application that your people, or let's say 80% of the people of who will be on our meeting will read 3 times faster, who will be in our training will read 3 times faster. So you need to prove that later, because this is contractual obligation. But this means impact. So you will know what is project about. So the evaluators is easier to say, yes, this is good project. This have a vision, and then you have indicators, have both sides. So this is the impact. The third very important part of the project is innovation. How is your approach different? So let's say innovation is by the dictionary, it is a new method, a new idea, a new product, or something new. Or, which is very important, and mind this, a new combination of existing. Because sometimes you don't need to invent something new, just the combination of possible of already existing things. So new approach to solve existing problems. So this is also the innovation. So I really suggest that you read Management 3.0 if you didn't already read it, because you will learn a lot about the leading your teams or leading your projects, and says that recent research has shown that copying of ideas, I'm repeating, copying of ideas is most successful of all improvement strategies. Just mind what, for example, after the Second World War, Japanese car companies doing. They buying cars in Europe and United States, bring in Japan, tear it apart and try to learn. This is the same. You know, so this would indicate that teams should spend most of their learning time copying ideas from other sources, and then we'll learn and then try to invest on them. So this is the innovation all about at the beginning. So first you learn and then you'll see. And this, just a second, I don't know what's happening now. Sorry for that. This. So copying and inventing something new is like this. At the beginning, you will get into the field and you will learning what is this, and your knowledge will rise, will go up. And then when you understand, you will start to copy from others. And this is the tools all about. So at the beginning, you have, what is this? Now, how to learn how to copy it, and then you start your inventing. And your inventing is different combination of existing or inventing something new. So what I'm doing here today is what I already learned at the beginning was this. What is this? And then I try to copy from whoever it is, and then I try to learn what I'm doing, and then I'm inventing new tools. So when you want to be innovative, you need to first learn what is existing, what other people is doing, and this is inventing. And this is also all about my 10 weeks, 10 teams. You probably already know what is this, and now you will learn something new from me, how I'm doing, and you will improve your existing knowledge, and then you'll start with inventing. Or maybe it's already inventing, but you still you learn from somebody else. So let's say whatever we will do at the beginning, you need to go to existing field to see what is going on, learn from others, and then start to invent something new. So this is general idea. So let's say innovation, you will really find out what is this picture all about in my next presentations, or 10 weeks, 10 teams, and you will see that innovation is the central point. And based on the innovation, you can design the approach, how you'll do it. And based on that, you can define what will be the results. And these results needs to answer the needs of the target group. And these results, from the innovation to the results, needs to affect your final recipient. If you don't have this tool connected, you are not doing right, because innovation should answer your target group, the needs of your target group. So approach, how we will do, will define your innovation, and based on that results, you will do learning, teaching, training events. For example, let's say that we will teach the teachers and we will teach the students. The teacher will go to the learning, teaching, training event somewhere, and you will have also the mobilities of some kind of people, I mean your students, and both teachers and the students will get skills and knowledge. At the end of the day, you will need to tell what your target group gets, what skills and knowledge they will get, and how this affect your target group. Is this in the line with the analysis they already proved? So this would be impact of your project. So you really need to understand how this is going on. Without that understanding, you cannot do really good project idea. So that's why I'm saying, when people promote on the internet, on the Facebook, development of the projects, everybody is doing, you know, form is like this, you need to write like this, and this structure be like this. I'm doing totally different. Here, you need to understand first what we are doing and how you can provide the value. What you'd be, how you can talk to the evaluators, how you can really do something better for the final recipients. And then when you understand this, writing the application is easy peasy, really piece of cake. So understanding the deep thing is first thing what you need to do. So that's why my training is totally different. And that's why I will give my hand at the beginning of the 10 weeks, and I will guide you to the 10 weeks along with my project team. So yes, this is a totally different than other people is doing. So what are the tools to boost your innovation? First, if you don't know, look up what is the problem solving tree and what is the solution tree. If you're using this, this is the first step to boost your innovation, because you can really find, you can really trigger what you can do. The second thing is a bridging. Bridging is my invention. You probably don't find it anywhere else, and I've been talking about some of in my webinar, but idea is how to connect the needs and the wants of the target group. Let's say you will maybe have a project about the obesity of the kids in the primary school. Everybody knows that they need to do more exercise, but they don't want. So what you will do? So you need to find the way what they want to do with their needs, and this is called bridging, and this is the innovation of your project. For example, we had a project to try to cope with obesity with more exercise, but with the application on the phone which they want to do, and then they are gamification because they had some kind of score, the results, they can check with others how people is doing. This is a competition, and this is a want. This is I want to do, and then of course this is the need behind you need to do. So that bridging system, this connection between needs and wants, is the best innovation tool you can really do. So every time when you say, okay, this is my target group, and then what you will do, you really need to, they really want to do that or not? If they don't want to do, you will not have a project. You will not have a project, because you know you will not have the feedback. You in your application you need to say how I will select them. What will be the selection procedure? No, so this is the way how to do it. You can also use existing good practices in the different way. So sometimes you really don't have possibility to invent something new. So you can use existing practice in a different way. You will learn what is this in my learning. What is the problem solving tree? You can find it, and how we can do the second step, this innovation. So I already have developed a lot of different templates for doing that. Also innovation, the bridging method, already this is the real application we had to fight obesity in one project, when we want to find here what they want and what they need. And we found that they need to have more physical exercise, more awareness about healthy food, while goal settings and the self-discipline. What they want to do here is they want to play football, watch TV, play games, and then we try to find what is the connection, what we can do, you know, gather points and badges. Okay, you can do in the more physical exercise if you have this application, or you can set goal setting, the self-discipline with the goal application. So the connection between those is a really powerful tool how to innovate. Somebody else has opened the microphone. Okay. Okay, what is the fourth proposal for the evaluation of your idea? It is the difficulty to write the project. Is this project already in your head, or you will need to really study to find what is going on in that field? So how difficult is to write this project? Do you have any really interest in work in this idea despite the possible negative feedback from the national agency? So let's say I will try to do this despite the fact, because it really interests me, I need to have answer on that. I will work those kids, for example, never mind if I get the support for the national agency or not. This kind of project is the easiest for you to develop because you need it, because you know it, because it's in your heart. And that kind of project we are looking for. Or do you already have professional or personal interest to develop it? For example, let's say that, you know, you want to do some kind of sport you are really fond of, and you can do the professional thing with that, and you can also develop the Erasmus Plus who will support that. And this is the connection you will do, because you will do despite the fact what will be the consequences of application or not. So you want to do it in any case. Or is this project your real need? Do you need it? Do you really want to do it or not? Or do you like the idea? Do you want the idea or do you like the idea? So it is also very important. It's difficult to prove the fact behind the idea, because you will need to find the idea and support it with the evidences from the statistics, from the articles, from the universities. It's difficult to prove. Sometimes idea is very difficult to prove, and sometimes we are really struggling with the idea because we cannot support it with the evidence. So we need to find another way. So this is also one of the factors. So this is what I'm promising for today, is that I will give you project idea evaluation tool. And the question is it really possible to know in advance how your project idea will perform? Can we have some kind of evaluation when I start to do this to see, let's say, some kind of number at the end, and I can see this is a good idea or not? So before we start with that, I have a warning. This template is for you to evaluate your idea. So this tool is not to evaluate your idea and give to somebody else and say, oh, this idea is better than yours. This is just for you, and I will tell you why. Because this system is work based on your internal, you know, evaluation strategy. So don't share. Results are not absolute and is not, you know, for sharing, because everybody has his own inbuilt evaluation scale. So maybe I will evaluate it that way, somebody else will evaluate it different way. So idea behind this tool is that you have 5 different ideas, you evaluate it by yourself, and at the end of the day you will see, okay, these have best score based on my evaluation criteria. So we can see, I will go with that idea. So this is the strategy behind. This is not the strategy that will say, okay, this is my idea and I will get 100 point and I'm the best. This is just for you, or for your team. For example, that you have a team of 10 people, you can develop all the project's idea, and then as a team exercise, try to evaluate and see which is the best of those projects here. So warning is, this is not to share to somebody else. It is not evaluation tool. It is just for your reference. It will not give results of your idea, so it will give the results of your idea, so you can select best idea you have. You know, the idea is developed in the way that you will get some kind of number, but this number could be more than 100 or could be very low. So this is not, that tool will not predict the evaluation score of your project. But from my previous experience that was extremely near. And that's why I was reluctant to give to somebody else, because I thought this is something in my head. But yes, it is my head, so it's just for me. So how I evaluate is my point. How you will evaluate is yours. So, okay, this is the tool. We already talked about how important is your rareness of your idea. So if you'll give for example, here is my past project over parenting, allow your children to make mistakes, and I will say, if I've said 10, it means very rare. I gave 10. What will be the impact? It's difficult to get to the parents, but still will have very good impact. So I gave 8. Then innovation, how I approach with I give 1 to 10, I give 8, because we really did a lot of things about innovation, from, how we will approach, how we'll support it, how we will learn. And it was really easy to write, because I'm also the parent. I know from my 4 kids how they develop from the beginning to end and what you should not do. So they're pretty easy to work with it. And I need to say that the score was like this, 89. And, I will never forget, but this is the fact. When I got the feedback about over-parenting, and we got 89 points for that application. That was insanely crazy for me, that some kind of tool can produce something like this. But this is my view. So I'm repeating, this is not for you to share, this is for you. So how you will use it? Just write your project idea here and try to evaluate them. And the thing which will give you the high score, this is probably your idea to go with in the next application. Okay, so this is tool for you if you have more than one idea, to evaluate it and say, yes, this is very good tool for me. So so you can use it for your. So where you can find it, just go to my website, projectswithigor.eu, subscribe it here, and here you will get a lot of more, not just that tool. This is the complete training I had in Sarajevo in 2019. From the beginning to end is almost 192 slides. So all the steps you can use that way. There will also be different tools already here. So if you want to, you can use just these tools, these applications. And yeah, and as well, you will find that tool, project idea evaluation tool will be there. So just go there and check it, and you can download it and use it for your evaluation. So here is the final question. How to join? So, there is a lot of things to discuss, and I can talk this about next 5 hours, because I really don't have problem with this. So many different information already exists in my head. But developing project means developing yourself. You will see the best project you will ever work on is you. And this is one of the very important saying. I need to tell, I was once in India, but it's not about India. And there was a lady, and we were talking about education, and she asked me, what are you doing about education now? And I said, I'm just, currently I'm working on a master. And she asked me, what kind of master? And I said, okay, European projects. And the lady looked at me very seriously and said, what about master of yourself? And I was astounded. And I was, yes, I've been doing everything else, just not working how I can improve myself. So the best project you will ever work on is you, and developing the project like this is developing you, because you will come in the contact with the thousands of people working with you, improving your resilience to the bad thing. They will improve your language. They will improve, the possibility to go around even that the COVID time. You will meet a lot of people and you will learn a lot, because every project force you to really go into that evaluation. What is that? So developing project means developing yourself. So this is the first thing you need to know. So NEAT is not about the project, it's about you. And the people always ask me, okay, you develop the thing, so this is the easiest way for me to share. Yes, it is. Is training easy to follow? Probably the easiest way you will ever find. But I had to make you uncomfortable, otherwise you will never move. And that's the universe. Because if you're content, you will sit on the couch, watch TV and have fun. You don't need to move. So this training will definitely push you out of the comfort zone. You will need to do things you never wanted to do. Maybe you have a problem with public speaking, but when we have 10 weeks together, you will need to talk, you will need to ask, you will expose yourself. So you will gain also other things from the language. In 1 year, I really improved my language. It's still not good, but it's much better than it was in 1 year before. So, it's plenty of different things on which you will have impact though. So this training will definitely take from you 4 hours per week, or 2 to 4 hours, depends on how good you are, but definitely will be pushing you out of the comfort zone. So don't tell me, in the next week, I didn't finish because I had this problem and that problem and a lot of work and I have a headache and boyfriend left me, and yeah, I know, but you still sleep. Why are you sleeping? You can do this project, you can do whatever. So there is no excuse. All excuses to yourself, and this is bad, because you have excuses to yourself, not to me. So is training easy? Definitely is training, but you'll need to go out of the comfort zone. So the final question is just, are you ready to learn something new about project development? And if you are, you can apply here. It's very easy, easy link, bit.ly 10 weeks, 10 teams. You can apply there. And I will leave open this until the Christmas. So you have 10 days to, no, less, 7 days to think about it. What is important here is that apply if you really want. You are not pushed. You are not need to do it, but you will get tremendously, because you will get somebody who will really push you, somebody who will guide you. And there is a team of really good 15 project managers already been doing that for a lot of time, so you can ask whatever you want. So I really encourage you to join me. We will start probably in the first week in the January with the first webinar. Before that, between the Christmas and the New Year, I will have one webinar with somebody, with you, if you already have applied for one project, and I will guide you what to do if you were never approved, or if you don't have approved application from the previous year, how to do it to improve it for the next year. So I will have another intermediate webinar, because I also have a lot of projects not approved from previous year. So how I'm doing, and I will explain you how to do it. So after New Year, 10 weeks, we will have this working project. So now I think is a time to ask question.
Not necessarily the effect of one person, the leader, but the system.
I don't hear whoever is talking. I don't hear. Let's say. Okay. So questions. So there is no question. Okay.
There is one on the chat, Igor.
Okay, the chat. What is in it for you? Do you become partner of the project? I will I will tell very openly. Yes, I become partner for those who want to do it. There is no obligation. If you want me in the partnership because you feel that I can give something to the partnership, then yes. If you don't feel, if you have your partners, if you have anything, you don't need to do it. Why I'm explaining this? Because I think the partnership needs to be very, let's say, homogeneous. If you don't feel me as a equal partner, or if you don't feel that that I can participate in your project, this is not good approach. So if you will feel that I can be part of the training, I can be part of your project, then yes. If not, definitely not. And I don't mean to do it. So for everybody else, you can just come, take whatever you want from my knowledge and go. And I will not be, you know, unhappy. So this is, you know, what I decided to do. And so you can do whatever you want. Okay, any other question? Okay, so I've been very detailed then. In any case, I will wait until Christmas. I will remind you again in that time. And I will also invite for other things to do. I will publish this recording today or tomorrow for somebody else who want to really be part of the application and was unable to follow it today. But after the Christmas, I will close that, and whoever will be with us will be with us, and you know, this is my offer. Okay, if nothing else, and if we don't see each other through the videos now, have a nice holidays, enjoy, and we see you soon. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you very much. Bye. Have a nice Christmas.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Igor.
Thank you, Muammer.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Igor. Have a good day. Ciao.
No,
Ciao.
thank you. Bye.